Good afternoon. We are in Barkhamsted, Connecticut at the 4th of July parade. I'm with senatorial candidate Peter Schiff. How are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you?
Great. And this is your little boy, Spencer?
We're out here at the parade, the 4th of July parade on actually the 5th of July. It's a nice hot day, but it's a beautiful town out here. We're by a running lake, and a lot of the people came out, and it was a good event. And, you know, we've been doing a lot of campaigning this 4th of July weekend. I was at firework festivals. Last night we were in Fairfield. That was a really good one. The night before that, we were in Greenwich. Before that, I was in Hamden. What did we do yesterday? Spencer and I went to the Subfest in Groton. We went on a submarine. I think that was the first sub you've been on, right, Spencer?
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But met a lot of people, shook a lot of hands. You know, we had the maiden voyage of the Schiff for Senate mobile. We just picked up a recreational vehicle, and the campaign staff, we're going to be traveling around the state of Connecticut, taking my case directly to the voters. You know, I am the grassroots candidate, the people's candidate. I'm trying to get the nomination from the establishment candidate, Linda McMahon, who's got the endorsement of the party elites who, you know, kind of fell in love with all the money that she's spending. But the problem is, no matter how much money she spends trying to sell her message, the voters aren't buying it. She's way behind Dick Blumenthal. I'm the only chance the Republicans have to pick up this Senate seat. And more importantly, if the Republicans of Connecticut send me to the United States Senate, that's going to make a huge difference.
Well, you know, a lot of people hear you talk a lot about economics, but they forget that you're also human, and that you are a family man, and you have these very good grassroots conservative principles.
Certainly. I mean, I talk most about economics because our nation faces an economic crisis. But it's not just about economics. It's about individual liberty. It's about freedom. It's about having the right to decide for ourselves and instead of surrendering those rights to the government. You know, when our founding fathers, decided to break from England, and, you know, we're celebrating the birth of our nation today, they fought against excessive taxes, yet those taxes were far lower than the taxes that we pay today. So I think we're fighting a bigger battle now, not against an English king, but against our own Congress, against our own president. But I think the stakes are just as high. Fortunately, you know, we don't have to pick up a musket and win our freedom at the point of a bayonet. We have the ballot box. You know, our government, they rule by our consent. Let's withdraw it. You know, we have the power to change our destiny. And by sending me to the United States Senate, the people of Connecticut can fire the first shot in this revolution.
So you are looking at this as this is the second American Revolution then?
Absolutely. And I think that's what this Tea Party is all about. This movements that are breaking up around the country. People are fed up. They understand that we're straying from our roots and that they're not going to take it anymore. And we've got to do something. We've got to stand together as a people and reinstore the values that built this country, because we can see the country collapsing around us because we are following in the wrong path. And we need to win the ideological battle in Washington. We're not going there to compromise on anything. We're going there to make sure that the people who have been compromising for too long remember why they're there, remember what this country is about, and start doing the people's business instead of their own business.
Now, for people like in the inner cities that through these government programs who have benefited for years, what can you say to them? My take on it would be that the government kind of enslaves them.
Yeah. They think they've benefited. That's the fallacy of the welfare state. They've basically been enslaved by the government. They've been given so many handouts that they can't fend for themselves. The government destroys you. You know, like Harry Brown used to say, the government is great at crippling you, then handing you a crutch and saying, "See, without me, you couldn't walk." We need to realize that individual self-interest, you know, that's people can do a lot more for themselves than the government. People think the government has resources. The government has nothing that it doesn't take from the private sector. You know, you talk about all this government stimulus. It's kind of like trying to give yourself a blood transfusion from your right arm to your left arm, but you spill half the blood on the floor. We've got to stop it. We've got to realize that the stimulus is the problem. The stimulus is an economic sedative. It's why the country is so sick, and if they keep on stimulating, they'll kill the economy.
Well, I thank you very much for doing an interview with me today. And again, this is Peter Schiff. He's running for U.S. Senate. His little boy here, Spencer. And good luck, sir.
Yeah, thanks for coming out and doing this. It's a hot day, and I know that it's tough being out here with all this equipment. All right.
Thank you, sir. Bye.